lot of past life trauma. Do we have to know the specifics or even the general information of the trauma, or can we just feel the feeling in order to heal it?
Good point. Trauma, feel or understand, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, first of all, most people are empathic, you know, and they feel. That's the first thing. Some people don't feel and they see, but the majority feels, and doesn't see. Maybe they see a little bit, like outlines or general ideas, it's more symbolic. Mhm. So, but feeling is, I find feeling trauma is definitely part of Gestalt therapy. You feel it and then you can let go of it. You feel, you know it's there, you acknowledge it, and you face it, which creates wisdom in you. It works that muscle of perception. Yeah. I think the more you can feel the darkness, the higher you can go. It's kind of that. I used to be bipolar when I was young, as a teenager. So it's very similar. You know.
Mhm.
So feeling is part of it. But okay, so when there is a past lifetime, where we think it's traumatic, I generally ask the spirit guides, all right, do we have to look at this past lifetime, or can you guys just clear it? And some of that stuff, you can just clear it. The stuff we have to look at is generally where there is a lesson involved, a lesson
Right.
and other entanglement, you know. And once the client has learned that lesson or understood, then that kind of stuff, can be cleared automatically. That in general, it works like in general that works like this. So let's say, oh yeah, let's say the client, was sexually abused. And of course, how could Uncle Willie do that and this and that. And then maybe, well, maybe we understand Uncle Willie was also abused in the same way, which can give compassion. But then also, hey, why did this happen? Was there karma? Yes. So did you abuse, in other lifetimes, other kids? Yes. And then, do we have to see that? Sometimes they have to see that, or
Mhm.
experience it. And sometimes I just have to tell them, and they can feel it. I call those beings in, and then they can confront and then, yeah, I generally send them to the ascension temples where they take care of the details and process and give wisdom. But, many times, they have to understand what happened. Sometimes you have generals, with whole armies, where that are stuck, or whole tribes, and the client has to see, what happened, you know. And then many times they were shaman or leader or part of their tribe themselves. They're white now and they were black or, a red person, in that lifetime. And they live in their property now. So then, yeah, when they see that, yeah, they can become earth healers and pick up on this.
Mhm.
So when there is a lesson or insight needed, or if it's tip of a big iceberg, you have to go after it. If it can be cleared just like that, you can ask for it and it will be cleared.
That
You know,
makes a
for
lot of sense.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for me, it's basically, I mean, I'm trying, my duty, to my clients is, yeah, I have to help them to release the pain and all that, but ultimately it's about getting them enlightened. So, I showed you how that works, how ghosts work. It's really important you understand that, in your daily life, then how karma works, and, you screw somebody over, and how they're revenging and all that, and then you don't have to be a moralist anymore. They
Yeah.
know too much, not to break the rules then, so, and, or understanding your eternal being, or understanding how to relate to people, from those past lifetimes, what they should have done, could have done, and so on. So wisdom can be gathered so fast. Plus, asking the high selves, of their opinion and perspective. You
Mhm.
really learn some new perspectives there, which helps.
Mhm.